Welcome back. The word televangelism was coined in the 1950s, but televangelism really exploded in the 1980s. And some of the most well-known televangelists were Jim and Tammy Faye Bakker. They started the Praise the Lord satellite network.
They were larger-than-life personalities who spread their ministry to millions of people every day. So the new film, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, shines a light on the rise and fall of the televangelists. And our TCL movie guy, Paul McGuire Grimes, chatted with the stars playing the famous duo.
I mean, looking at the DVDs behind you, like
they're very real, by the way, and I have a lot of yours too.
That is a lot of DVDs, and I appreciate that you've invested your time and money in filling a room up with art.
Jesus keeps taking me higher and higher. Jim will preach, and I'll sing. Higher and higher.
God does not want us to be poor.
Tammy Faye and Jim are very polarizing people, but I saw something very different in Tammy Faye after your performance. What were those qualities about her that you found to then not judge her and then portray her in a new light?
Well, I give so much credit to the documentary, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I watched it about a decade ago, and that's where I actually learned the true story about her, how filled with compassion and love she was. Before that, I guess I had been brought up just learning the media's version, which was very sensationalized. And so, yeah, I was really happy to show her as she truly was and introduce her to a new generation of people.
You know, when I saw that clipping with my face on it, I thought for a second that you were proud of me.
Oh, Tammy Faye, you follow blindly. In the end, all you are is blind.
What did you and Jessica do? Did you do anything different to kind of really bring out their marriage? Because you two have such fantastic chemistry together in this.
Oh, that's sweet. I think, you know, I love working with Jessica for that reason. She's very alive, very present. She's playful. She wants to find the scene as we go and, you know, find spontaneity and following our impulses. So that's wonderful.
We're not doing anything wrong, though.
Is that a question?
All right, Paul is here. The Eyes of Tammy Faye is in theaters. You've seen it.
I've seen it. I think that this movie is so fascinating. It's like a train wreck waiting to happen in the best kind of way, though, because it starts off and you're thinking, this seems like an SNL sketch. There's no way these two people are real. Jessica Chastain has that thick Minnesota accent. You're used to them with all the makeup. And then you're watching and you're realizing, Tammy Faye is not the person we think she is. She was so full of heart and soul, and she loved everyone. And to see kind of how she was wrapped up in believing everything her husband was doing, and I'm not even, Andrew Garfield, who plays Jim Bakker, I feel it kind of makes you think like, he didn't even realize the con that he was pulling. So you at the audience are like, are they con artists? Did they just get wrapped up in this? And I think that you will see Tammy Faye in a different, better light, thanks to everything that Jessica Chastain does in this movie. It's an incredible, I would hope that she gets an Oscar nomination because she's that good.
Oh, really?
She's that good as Tammy Faye.
Well, and you're totally right, though. That's a good story because people aren't simply good or bad, right? They're complex, and there's all these different things. And so when you're left kind of trying to figure out who they are and where to compartmentalize them, that's intriguing.
And the world of televangelism is fascinating to begin with. I know,
Oh,
Steve, you have an inside look into that world, but
no, there are some fascinating. There's a really good choice of words for what's going on. All right, so performances were good. Ticket stubs.
4 out of 5 ticket stubs. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. It's in theaters right now. Highly recommend.
Oh gosh,
now
I want to see that.
Paul's very fancy. We're like the least famous people that he ever sits down and talks with. He also got to chat with a few of the stars from the hit Apple TV show, The Morning Show. Hi there, take a look.
The game is changing. My job is to ensure the stability of UBA.
I'm really curious, when people approach you on the street, how do they feel about Corey? Because I feel like he's kind of on the fence on whether we should approve of his tactics and his actions or not.
I would say that is pretty much how people respond to me. Those that do, half of them wants to slap me, half of them want to hug me.
There is a pattern of behavior around here that disadvantages the people of color.
Well, one of the things people are always talking about is that they want to find out from the end of season 1, they want to find out, like, wait, is he gonna get the anchor chair? Like, I really want him to get the anchor chair. Alex did him dirty. Like, how is that gonna pan out?
Well, look who's here.
Did you enjoy the first season and knew that you wanted to be a part of it, or did they approach you for it?
Well, I enjoyed the first season, but I never imagined, it didn't even cross my mind that I could be in it. So when they did approach me for it, I was I was just thrilled. The two female leads are at such opposing sides to one another and have so many agendas going on. And, you know, in any other show, they would have brought in a man to upset that.
Right.
The fact that they brought in a woman, it just says everything about the show.
UBA's New Year's Eve extravaganza tomorrow night. We filmed my scenes during the pandemic, so it was wild. I had just come off of paternity leave. The pandemic had broken out. We were all locked up in our places in New York City. So I was very lucky that I finally, you know, I got to leave my family. Not that I don't love them, but I got to leave my family and work for a little bit.
This is a battle for the soul of the universe.
Oh, I love it. I
Not
am very
short on drama.
excited to see
This show is so dramatic in the best kind of heightened way. And the first episode, it's released today, picks up 8 months after the big fall of what happens at the end of the first season. And it's New Year's Eve 2019 going into 2020. And because this show uses real life hot topics, we, the audience, know that they're going to talk about the pandemic, cancel culture, race relations, and to see how these characters react to all that and all of the different opinions and viewpoints. Gets messy, it gets complicated, it gets mucky in this show.
Second seasons are tricky, especially if people really love the first season. I loved the first season of the show. I really enjoyed it. So how is the second season living up?
I've seen the first 4 episodes. I think the first two ease you back into what this world is and kind of getting these characters back together. And then by 3 and 4, you're like, oh, these are the ruthless characters that I love. And it's heightened, you know? And of course, there's gonna be bombshells. There's gonna be things that you don't know or what's gonna happen. I kind of love that avenue about that and how the show goes. And Bradley,
Billy Crudup.
Billy Crudup, phenomenal. He's so erratic as the head of the network. And then Jennifer Aniston, always great in this show. Always. And Reese Witherspoon, fantastic too. I love seeing them do drama.
Ticket subs.
So 4 out of 5 for the first 4 episodes. I think it's great. I hope people enjoy it. It's the morning show.
Moving in the right direction. Paulie, thank you so much. You can visit Paul's website, by the way. It is paulstriptothemovies.com for updates on movies and streaming services. You can also listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show on My Talk 1071 every Friday, or watch his YouTube channel, also called Paul's Trip to the Movies.
Good stuff. And TCL's Movie Trip is brought to you by Muska Lighting. New products are coming into their showrooms from the lighting market, so you can check out the latest trends and styles. They have showrooms in Roseville and Eden Prairie, and they are ready and waiting to help you find the best fit for your home.
Stay with us. We've got a little more Twin Cities Live coming right back. Stay there.
Thanks to Muska Lighting for sponsoring TCL's Movie Trip. Replace old and dated fixtures with a new light and change the look and feel of your home. Our mudroom fixture from Muska Lighting is a total showstopper. We get compliments from everyone who walks through the door. Talk to the experts at Muska Lighting in Roseville and Eden Prairie for help finding the perfect light for you.